Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. Daniel here from Single Malt Jack. Here with my cousin Steve. Say hi to everyone, Steve.
Yeah, hey guys, I'm Stephen. How are you?
He's a fireman, so obviously having a fire. So we thought a bit of a presumptuous, bit of a presumptuous film here. We did a kind of on the spot thing. So sitting here by the fire, everyone's in lockdown. We're having minimum of 2 people.
Minimum of 2 people.
1.5
metre distance between here and here. No problem.
Exactly, and we're family.
I have a family.
Okay, we're family as well. So, we're living by the guide rules, sitting here by the fire, so we thought, why not have an old-fashioned beer review, really?
Always time for a beer review.
You've got an empty stubby in your hand. Let's crack out some beers and have a bit of a chat about them. So, let's go for it. So what I've got here for Steve, now he's typically, what do you usually drink, Steve?
Oh, I'm a pure blonde guy, to be honest.
Yeah, pure. Obviously he's got golden locks there that he's tied back. But he's usually a pure blonde guy. But these are the 2 beers I've got for a review today. So I'm going to give Steve the Balter, because I know exactly what he thinks about Mick Fanning and selling out to the big guys. So I'm going to give that to him. Crack that one open. That's one of their XPAs. Okay, I've got a Young Henrys, okay, from Sydney, obviously because I'm from Sydney, so Young Henrys from Newtown. Great beer, that's a pale ale. Now I know Steve does not like pale ales. Give us a bit of an idea about what your thoughts are on pale ales.
Look, generally not a fan of the pale ale, the boutique beer phenomenon. Try and sort of stick with the less yeasty, flavoury kind of easy to drink beers. Pure Blonde's on the top of my list, followed by Great Northern. So when you're on that style of beer, this stuff is kind of a bit sideways, but it's okay.
Hard to drink.
A bit hard to drink.
So what we've basically got here for Steve is I'm trying to convince him that he can explore from basically the big breweries, okay? Because he's a commercial guy, as you can see. He likes to do things by the book. He likes commercial beers. He likes easy to drink stuff. But I've given him the Balter. Now this Balter XPA, okay, it was ranked in 2019 Australia beer in the top 10, okay, so this was actually ranked number 7. The Balter double IPA was ranked number 1, and what I'm drinking here, the Young Henrys from Newtown Pale Ale was ranked actually number 9. So Steve, have a bit of a sip, let us know what you think. Because I really think that this could really change your mind about craft beers. What are you tasting there? Obviously, other than beer. It's definitely on the fruity side.
It's much fruitier than I generally like. Yeah. It's got a deeper flavour than I generally am accustomed to.
Yep. It's a beer with flavour for a change. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Oh well, let's not get it off topic. No, I enjoy a less flavoured beer. Okay, so the Balter, it's.
But it's not too bitter. Like
no,
me,
no,
that doesn't taste too crafty.
No, but it's very fruity.
It is super fruity, but you've got to say we're in Queensland. We're on the Gold Coast. Would you say Queensland is the fruit capital of Australia in terms of tropical flavours?
Oh yeah, sure.
So would you say that would be a true Queensland style of beer? Or do you disagree? Or would you say a true Queensland style of beer would be something like a Great Northern, or one of the more commercial breweries, or a 4X for argument's sake? What is a Queensland beer? What's an Australian beer? Can we go into that a little bit further?
Yeah, well look, I appreciate the craft beer movement, and it's great for the small operators to really get a foothold in the industry. But I think the major beer drinkers of Queensland I've obviously grown up with the mainstream beers. You know, I'm going to say country people just prefer a mainstream, easy to drink beer. Get the job done, and get on with your work, really.
So I mean, like something like the Balter might be $80 a case. You know, for a 4X, you're paying $40 a case. You know, do you think that's twice as good as a 4X or a Great North? Would you pay twice the money for it? Like, I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts?
Okay, that's all a matter of perspective. For me personally, no.
Yeah.
Why? Because I don't appreciate that flavour more so than the commercial beers that I enjoy. Obviously, everyone has a different flavour palette. People like what they like, you know. As far as paying extra, people will pay extra for the beer that they enjoy. So whether that's a commercial one or a smaller industry craft beer, you know, that's an individual choice.
I agree. And the other question I've got for you, Steve, is okay. You look at the top 50 beers for 2019. I don't think they've done the 2020 yet, but if you look at the top 20 beers 2019, most of the beers on that list are either a pale ale, they're an IPA, a double IPA, a triple, quadruple IPA, they're a summer ale. There's a couple of stouts in there. There's an XPA. You know, why do you think that people are going away from those, you know, traditional lagers and commercial beers and going away to all these boutique breweries? I mean, are they trying to support the locals? You know, do you think it's just a fancy can? I don't know. I mean, I'm just asking the question. You know, I enjoy the good commercial beers as well. I mean, I like a Great Northern. I like a Tooheys Extra Dry. But I do also enjoy these craft beers as well, and I do enjoy supporting the local breweries. And then I guess going on to that, like, you know, we just had Balter being bought out by Carlton and United. And why did that happen? Why did they sell? I don't know, maybe they got an offer too good to refuse. But
Money talks.
you know, as an everyday Queenslander beer drinker, what are your thoughts about that?
Look, people go into business to make money, don't they? So as far as Balter getting bought out by bigger business,
Yeah.
it's a business decision. Whether or not the people who started Balter will go into a different, smaller company and start again with a different flavour, that's well and truly possible.
Yeah.
I think the movement towards the smaller operators is becoming more of a supporting your neighbourhood style movement, I guess. Yeah, against the big conglomerate companies who are buying everything and owning everything.
I agree, and I think we're finding the same in every other industry as well. I mean, it's not just beers, is it? It's, you know, it's small goods, it's meat. Everyone's going back to the local butcher. They're going back to the local greengrocer. You know, people are taking their own bags in now, their own jars to fill up flour and sugar. So I don't know. I mean, it's just, you know, food for thought, I guess. But we haven't really talked about the Young Henrys. Okay, now I've given this to myself, and I know Steve hasn't tried this one, so apologies for this, but I know Steve will try this after the video. But essentially, this Young Henrys is from Newtown, which is in Sydney. I think it's a fantastic beer. I don't think Steve would have liked it because I think it is a little bit too crafty. You know, I know you don't like craft beers.
Yeah, no, that's a fair comment.
So that's why I've given you the Balter. So I think even the Balter, would you say that's sort of borderline for you?
It's borderline, but it's got a very passion fruity, to be honest, which makes it palatable for me. Even though it has got that strong crafty flavour, the passion fruit makes it palatable. Yeah.
I mean, I personally find the Balter quite easy to drink compared to a lot of the other micro breweries, crafty style beers. I find this one a little bit heavier on the hops, so it's a little bit more bitter, a little bit more sort of fruity flavours there with the pale ale. But you know, both great beers. You know, I mean, you can't argue with the Australian population saying that that's number 7 on the beer list in Australia, and this is number 9. So we've sampled 2 of the finest, I guess, beers that Australia has to offer, and we're, you know, pretty happy with it. May not be happy with the price you got to pay per case, but you know, that's life.
Look, that's life when it comes down to supporting local business and local industry. I'd be happy to pay a little bit extra. You know, when it comes down to what we're doing now at the moment with the social distancing, you know, becoming a bit more self-reliant. You know what? Let's get a bit more self-reliant on our own country, on our own neighbourhood. You know, supporting our own industry, our own neighbours, our own business. Let's get into that, and it's worth spending a little bit more money to do that. Let's spread the wealth within our own country, within our own suburb, within our own neighbourhood. It's a better movement for the long term, anyway. Yeah.
I agree. Well, cheers, everyone. My cousin Steve and I are going to sit here for a bit longer by the fire. It's cranking over there. I can feel the warmth already. We're just coming into middle of autumn now, and you know, we're basically in lockdown, so we're thankful that we can enjoy a fire in the backyard, and you know, we'll have a couple of beers, enjoy a barbecue, and go from there. So thanks for tuning in.
Look, thanks for having me here today. Yeah. Appreciate the thoughts.
Yeah.
And can't wait to get the kids with some marshmallows on this thing. Thanks for having me.
Steve and Dan, tune in next time, and thanks for watching Single Malt Jack.
Cheers.